everybody, it's Mike again from Foxes Abroad, and I'm back in the States visiting my dream garage and my property and trying to get things done. I'm way behind on recording video content, but yeah, things, as soon as I got here, all this had to get mowed because it was like weeds were taking over. All of my driveway road all the way out, about a quarter mile down the road had to be mowed, and the little Murray was working overtime. I was mowing down stuff taller than the mower was, and it was still chugging right along. So yeah, we bring you inside, catch you up, and show you what's going on. And here we are. All the lights are on. 69, trying to get it up and running and driving with the key inside instead of hot wiring it. I shipped this Holly from England to put on here and got rid of the Edelbrock, thinking that was going to fix the problem with the fuel flooding. But it turns out it was the fuel pump just putting too much pressure in and just over flooding it and dumping all the gas in. So there was a new fuel pump on it when I got it. This is there was a second fuel pump after I got it. This is now a third fuel pump and it's doing the same thing. So Carter fuel pumps, they've always been a mainstay, but I guess try to avoid them because they pump out too much darn pressure. Unless what I'm gonna have to do is try to just get a regulator. I'm just tired of buying pumps. Just gotta get some fittings. I'm gonna knock down the pressure and do what we can. So I just went around to AutoZone, got what I can. I got some more stuff at my parents' house, and I'm gonna cobble something up here. Probably by tomorrow, get this thing at least running and idling nice. And then after I get that done, I'll get inside, try to fix the ignition switch so I can get power to everything, get it charging off the alternator, and I can move this around and not have to worry about anything. But I did get a headlight, so at least it kind of fills out the grill a little bit more. There's no trim ring around it, but hey, this will be just able to be moved around and not have to worry about it flooding out or doing anything weird type of endeavor. But that is the story for the moment on the 69. Shifting over the 85, I drove this for the first time today that it's turned more than a couple hundred feet in the last 7 or 8 years. Since I put it in storage in Florida in 2018, even 2017, I haven't drove it. I drove it from my house to my buddy's house in 2018 to store it. And that was all the miles it's had until now. It's been stored. It was shipped up here to Pennsylvania on a truck and driven a quarter mile from my driveway into the garage spot, and that's where it stayed up until now. So I just put like 35 miles on it. It still runs really good. But when I had it in Florida, I put the drag style rear anti-roll bar on it. And man, that thing is brutal on the street. I gotta disconnect it or something. John, if you're listening, you have yours to fit on your car. I would seriously advise against it because it is a lot of popping and banging, and it almost sounds like metal snapping underneath the car. So I got to get it on the lift. Take a look, maybe disconnect one of the links and just let it float there. If I ever go to the track, put one of the links back in. But yeah, it's solid Heim joints on a rear drag style and roll bar is not where it's at on the street. So yeah, just put some ethanol-free gas in, right there. I went down, I guess it's about 20 some miles away, got a bunch of ethanol-free fuel, some for the mowers, some for the cars. It's got a couple gallons of fresh stuff in it, so we were driving around, it was doing really well. And it's got all the all the power I remember and some more. So, but yeah, that's doing well. The F100, if anybody is interested in this. So my dad would come in here on a regular basis every few months and start all the vehicles up except the Mach 1, the bubble or whatever. Had the truck running and he was outside trying to pull some weeds and the truck just shut off, and he came back in here, tried to restart it, cranked, it wouldn't fire. So he just put the cover over it and left it, and we got into troubleshooting it. And it turns out this is like the original fuel command center, fuel command unit for the Phytech. And it's got a fuel pump that hangs off this thing because the carbureted fuel pump on the engine pumps fuel into this input low side. And you got a little pressure gauge here
Usually would hang around the 5-6 psi mark, and then there's the electronic standard fuel pump in here would pump it up to 60 psi. Well, it was getting plenty of fuel in here, but it wasn't getting any fuel out to the injection unit. So the fuel pump, I mean, you put wires across it, it was just dead. And we took it apart, and the fuel pump brushes like melted, like the plastic brush holder. I guess it just, from sitting here idle, because it was down here. Let me turn the light on. So the fuel command center was down here, and I guess from not being driven and no air running across it, it just got so hot that it just melted the brush holders. But we're gonna do something about this here soon, change this up. Parts are already on order from Summit. They should be here this week, and we'll get this going here, because I'd like to drive this around a bunch, while I'm home still, because it sure is fun. There's the old Murray. There's it is mowed. It's a little hard out today or yesterday. I gotta put some slime in the tire here, but yeah, change the oil on it. She's just chugging right along, so I'm gonna get out there. I got some turn your yard into a barren wasteland type of weed killer from Tractor Supply today, and I'm gonna be out here spraying majority of this and trying to kill all these weeds, because I guess 2 years is the mark. First year it ain't too bad, but the second year after you do a lot of work, man, the weeds are just, the grass, it also starts to want it to grow unless you do something about it, so we will. And I'm gonna get the Mach 1 out of the bubble, put a battery in it, fire it up, let everything run through. I wanna do a coolant flush just to get some new anti-corrosion stuff in there. For the cooling system, I gotta change out the damp rid bags. They look like they're both fully saturated. Yeah, they're full. Change that out, put it in gear, go through the motions and stuff like that. Probably siphon the fuel out of this, put some fresh in, and stick her back in the bubble for some more hibernation. So, but this bubble's amazing. I mean, you can see inside the car, this was not even dusty. All the dust is on the outside. So we'll be having a lot to do. But yeah, I've been just mowing my little heart out, trying to take care of the grounds. I got to put new fuel lines on the leaf blower. Those rotted out. I had a tree to cut down on my driveway, and I got my old steel chainsaw that I've had probably 10 years old now. Even with the fuel that was in it, I pulled it like 35 times and it started up, and once it fired, it just never quit. And I am just an awesome believer in steel lawn equipment and ethanol-free fuel when you use it and store your items, because it just works. I mean, that's the secret. Ethanol-free fuel and good quality stuff. So yeah. It's got water for the fridge. Fridge is working. I had to pick up a wood burning stove from my sister. This will be either going in here for the future or in the house when it gets built. But it was too nice to want to get rid of. All this like brown enamel. It's got like a little ledge that fits in here, but that thing probably weighs 600 pounds. So me and my dad had to get it on his trailer. But to get it off, we just put together the cherry picker and used 2 big straps on it, lifted it up off the trailer, pulled it into spot, and let it down. So there's where it's gonna sit for a couple years until the house gets built. But yeah, bought some shelving at Sam's Club when I got back. So I gotta try to consolidate all my household goods, because the 2012 GT will be here next week, and I wanna put it in this spot here. So I gotta just kind of restack, reshuffle, move things to the back, and that's the plan. That's what's going on, guys. So by the time you see this, I'll be back in England with this uploaded, but I'm gonna record more content, so a couple more videos gonna hit real soon. And thanks for sticking around, and I'm gonna get busy.